Hi you guys. So today we're going to be covering problem set 78. I know there's a little glare on the board, but that says problem set 78, inequalities, okay? Over here is your homework. It's problem set 78, so this is going to be for 417, I believe. Let me check. Yes, 417, okay? So on Friday, next week, Friday. Now, a couple of things. Your geometry is number 17 and 19. And for number 20, the rule for that function is multiply by 3, subtract 1. So please make note of that. Okay, so we're going to be covering how to graph numbers on a number line. Basically, when you draw a number line, there's a few things that always have to be on a number line. You always have to have the 0, which is called the origin. And the number line has to have arrows because it continues on and on. The only time it will not have arrows is when you're graphing a specific set of numbers, which we will talk about. So let's look at the top of page 471. It says to graph a number on a number line, we draw a dot at the point that represents the number. Thus, when we want to graph 4 on the number line, it looks like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There's no need to write all those in. The number 4, you put a dot above the number line like this. I want you to do it above it so that I can see it well. When you do it right on top, it's really difficult to see. So try not to do the number on the bottom, okay? Now, let's suppose I wanted you to graph, let's say, all of the numbers that are greater than 4. Okay, so on graphing inequalities, we say x is less than or equal to 4. And then we're going to do b, x is greater than 4. Okay, the way you read this, inequality, the reason it's called an inequality is because what makes this a true or an equal, inequality means not equal. So this is not equal at this point. What makes it equal is depending on the value of x. So in this case, I'm going to draw a graph that makes this a true statement. So x is less than or equal to 4. So I go and I draw the 4, okay? And then I say I want to graph everything that's less than 4. So starting on the 4, I'm going to draw an arrow that goes to my left because everything on the left side, meaning number 1, 2, 3, -1, -2, all of those numbers are going to be less than 4. So I have to go to my left. A good way of thinking about it, if you get confused, is look at this symbol and think about drawing an arrow right there. So this points to the left, that also will point to the left, okay? Okay, now let's think a second. I want to do all of the numbers that are less than. This line right here means or equal. Well, if I put a circle here and I color my circle in, I'm graphing the 4 just like I illustrated before. So I want to color in the circle and go to the left, okay? Now let's suppose I wanted to graph the numbers that were greater than 4. So this time, draw your origin, draw your arrows, plot the 4. It just has to be in the general area. This time I want the numbers that are greater than 4, so I'm going to go to my right this time and draw the graph on above the number line. Don't draw it directly on it because it'll be too hard to see. Draw it above the number line. Now, over here, I colored in my circle because I want to include the number 4. Over here, it doesn't say equal. It says x is greater than 4 without an equal, without this symbol. So because it does not have that symbol, I don't want to include the 4. So I have an open circle. I won't color it in. So to include the number you're graphing, you put a solid line. To not include the number, you put a open line. And isn't this true? Isn't 5, 6, 7, and all the numbers in between, 5.5, 5.6, and so forth, all of those numbers, if I put them here, let's say I pick the number 5, put it here. That's a true statement. Let's say I pick the number 10, put it here. That's also a true statement. 10 is greater than 4. But let's suppose I drew it incorrectly. Let's say I drew it going that way. Now pick a number before there. Let's say 3. 3 is greater than 4. Is that a true statement? No, it's not a true statement. So this would not be right. So that should tell you if you did it correct. correctly. So you're going to go to the right. And again, do not color it in because you're not including 4. Now let's figure out why. If I colored in the 4, I'm saying 4 is greater than 4. Is that a true statement? No, it's not. So again, we don't want to color it in, okay? But over here, if I color it in, I'm saying 4 is less than or equal to 4. Well, is 4 less than 4? No. But is 4 equal to 4? Yes, it is. So that would be a true statement. So coloring it in includes the value. Okay, so the only other thing I wanted to go over with you guys is on number 18, where it tells you to draw the box of tissues and find the volume. You do not have to draw the box of tissues to find the volume. All you have to do for number 18 is start with volume equals area of base. Sorry, I just messed that up. Area base times height. Area of base times height. And then because it's telling you to draw a Kleenex box, right? It's a box of tissue. We know that's a cube, that's square. So a square, the way we find area of a square is length times width. So this is the base, area of the base is right here. And then height is here. And then you would just fill in the work from there. So it would be the box of tissues is 24 centimeters long. And it says it's 12 centimeters wide. And it says it is, let's see, 10 centimeters high. So times 10. So you would multiply 240 times 10, and you would get volume equals 2,400 centimeters cubed. Okay, so that's the one I wanted to go over with you because you don't want you to have to worry about drawing that shape. Okay guys, please check on your group chats for the answers if you need them, and please ask questions. You guys are missing a lot of problems that you know how to do because you're not copying the problem completely, you're not asking me questions, and you're not getting on the group chats, okay? So please make sure you're engaged. I know it's been hard learning from home. Hopefully the videos are helping, but they're not going to help if you're not watching them and if you're not asking questions and being engaged, okay? As always, you can still redo one problem set each week, and you only have to do the corrections. And when you send your scans, please make sure you set it to auto color so that I can see your work correctly, and please write big enough for me to read it, okay? All right, guys, take care.